Learn common food quality related words and their meanings with simple examples to improve your English vocabulary. Slimy. Wet and slippery, often unpleasant. The spinach is slimy, it's not fresh. This fish feels slimy, I don't think it's good. Dry. Lacks moisture. The cake is dry, it's overbaked. These cookies are dry and crumbly. Chewy. Too hard or rubbery to eat easily. The steak is chewy, it's hard to cut. This candy is too chewy for me. Underripe. Fruit or vegetables picked before ripening, often hard and lacking flavor. This mango is underripe, it's too hard to eat. The underripe avocado is not creamy. Stale. Old and hard, usually bread or pastries. This bread is stale, it's not soft anymore. The crackers are stale because I left the box open. Rotten. Completely decayed and inedible. The bananas turned rotten after a week. There's a rotten apple in the basket. Burnt. Overcooked and blackened. The toast is burnt, it's too dark to eat. She burnt the cookies in the oven. Moldy. Covered with mold, unsafe to eat. Don't eat that bread, it's moldy. The cheese is moldy and smells bad. Spoiled. Food that has gone bad. The milk is spoiled, it smells sour. Don't eat that meat, it's spoiled. Soggy. Wet and soft in an unpleasant way. The fries are soggy because they sat in oil too long. My sandwich is soggy from the sauce. Sour. Food with an unpleasant acidic taste. The milk is sour, it's not fresh anymore. This juice tastes sour, it's expired. Bruised. Fruit or vegetables with damaged spots. This apple is bruised but still edible. The bananas are bruised from being dropped. Overripe. Too ripe, often too soft. The peaches are overripe, they're mushy. This banana is overripe. It's too sweet. Bland. Food with no flavor. The soup is bland. It needs salt. This rice tastes bland without sauce. Tough. Hard to bite or chew. The meat is tough because it wasn't cooked properly. These noodles are tough. They weren't boiled long enough. Sticky. Too much moisture, making it clingy. The rice is sticky. It's overcooked. My fingers are sticky from the syrup. Bitter. Unpleasant, sharp taste. The coffee is bitter without sugar. This chocolate is too bitter for me. Undercooked. Not cooked enough. The chicken is undercooked. It's still pink inside. I can't eat undercooked rice. It's too hard. Overcooked. Cooked too much, making it dry or hard. The pasta is overcooked. It's too mushy. She overcooked the steak, so it's dry. Rancid. Fats or oil that have gone bad. The butter is rancid. It tastes strange. I can't use this oil. It smells rancid. Fermented. Tastes sour because of bacteria. The yogurt is overly fermented. This kimchi is overly fermented. Wilted. Vegetables that have lost freshness. The lettuce is wilted and not crisp. These herbs are wilted. They weren't stored properly. Crumbly. Falls apart easily. The pie crust is crumbly and hard to slice. This cheese is crumbly. It's old. Gritty. Feels like sand when eating. The spinach is gritty. It wasn't washed well. The cookies are gritty. There's too much sugar. Greasy. Contains too much oil or fat. The pizza is greasy. It's dripping oil. My hands are greasy from the fries. Clumpy. When powders or liquids form lumps, often due to moisture or poor mixing. The flour is clumpy. It wasn't sifted. This soup is clumpy because the cream didn't mix well. Watery. Contains too much water, making it thin or diluted. This gravy is watery, it needs thickening. The yogurt is watery because it's separated. Over-seasoned. Contains too much seasoning, overpowering the natural flavors. The soup is over-seasoned, it's too salty. This pasta is over-seasoned with too much pepper. Under-seasoned. Lacks enough seasoning, making the food taste plain. The stew is under-seasoned, it needs more herbs. This chicken is under-seasoned, it could use more spices. Rubbery. Overcooked and having a rubber-like texture. The squid is rubbery because it was overcooked. The scrambled eggs turned rubbery from overcooking. Powdery. Dry and leaves a chalky texture when eaten. The protein shake is powdery, it wasn't blended well. These candies are powdery and dry. Sandy. Food that feels gritty because of undissolved sugar or improper cleaning. The cookies are sandy because the sugar didn't melt. This clam is sandy, it wasn't rinsed properly. Overstuffed. Too much filling inside, making it messy or hard to eat. This taco is overstuffed, it falls apart easily. The sandwich is overstuffed and hard to hold. Cakey. When a baked good is overly dense and dry. The brownies are cakey instead of fudgy. This bread feels cakey and heavy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more English learning tips and vocabulary lessons.